you will listen to here comes from a mind and heart that is first and foremost immersed in the Scriptures. The Scriptures are the truths God has given us to guide our minds and emotions to understand what is true and good. I know Jay is a close personal friend, and I can attest that the foundation for all he says here is not of his own opinions. This book stems from a life that is deeply passionate about God, steeped in His Word, with deep prayer and deep thinking. Jay evaluates and scrutinizes all he thinks and writes through the lens of the whole of the Scriptures. The Scriptures teach in Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." I am so glad you are listening to this book. It shows you want to learn about how to follow Jesus and to discern enough to know we are living in a different age than one's past. That means we need to have the sensibilities and skills to be cautious in new ways, to ensure we are following the true path in the truest way. It's interesting to learn the very ones in Silicon Valley who invented and designed social media and other digital forms of communication are now, out of care, limiting their family usage of it. Many of the tech giants have stopped using some forms of digital technology as they have become aware of the downside of it. Because the creators of the digital world care about their families and their workplace, they have made changes where needed. If we care about our spiritual lives and walk with Jesus, we now have a resource and guide to help us become aware of changes we may need to make. I am thankful to Jay for providing us Analog Christian. It's exciting to think how many lives will be helped to grow and flourish as a result. Introduction: Digital Smoke, Analog Air, and Fruit. In the 1940s, smoking cigarettes was the norm for most men and women in America. But rising public health concerns threatened to bring tobacco companies to their knees. In response, Camel Cigarettes hired the William Esty Advertising Agency to launch a nationwide campaign called More Doctors, featuring the slogan, "More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette." The campaign touted surveys conducted by independent research firms involving more than 100,000 doctors from every branch of medicine. In reality, the survey was conducted by the advertising agency itself, and every respondent was asked about their cigarette of choice while being handed complimentary cartons of Camels. Today, less than 4% of physicians smoke, and all medical professionals, along with most of the general public, agree that smoking kills. We know better now, about cigarettes at least. But in the digital age, we find ourselves in a similarly precarious situation. In the early spring of 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic suddenly forced the majority of our daily lives and interactions into online spaces, many of us began to experience what kids who smoke cigarettes for the first time do. A few early puffs weren't bad, but as we smoked on, both our addiction and our sickness grew, simultaneously and in equal measure. Though we felt unwell, we couldn't stop. Because of our circumstances, yes, but also because of our proclivities. More than a year of living mostly on screens revealed the advantages and exposed the shortcomings of a primarily digital life. To be fair, without the technologies of our day, the forced social solitude would have almost certainly led to much more catastrophic consequences. For local church communities and congregations, the ability to stream worship gatherings online, meet as small groups on Zoom, and open up virtual prayer rooms were valuable concessions in a time of unique loneliness and isolation. I'm grateful for that. It kept us together to a certain extent. But shortly into being completely online,